This week's flag is Spain. The Mediterranean country has made the news during half term because of terrible flash floods that have devastated the area around Valencia. In the space of 24 hours, the area received more rain than it does in the whole year, which made river levels swell and floods to hit as high as 1.5 meters in the city centre. As it stands, 217 people have lost their lives. And the biggest frustrations around this disaster comes down to the lack of preparedness and warning. So the Met Office of Spain had predicted there'd be some floods. They'd warned everyone. There'd been some red warnings alerts in the area, but that was not made clear or communicated with the population. Local governance seems to have struggled to pass on the message, and people were completely caught unaware unless you were intensely following the Spanish Met Office. People would not necessarily have known the exact level of risk they were expecting to face. Lots of questions about poor governance in this case, which is something year 13s have learnt about. But although this time of year normally sees an increase in the amount of storms in the Iberian Peninsula due to a cold air meeting warmer air from the Mediterranean Sea in around the autumn time, this phenomenon can't explain the level of and intensity of this storm. Year 7s will have learned that a warmer climate means high evaporation rate and therefore more moisture in the air and more intense rainfall. For every 1 degree increase in temperature, there's 7% more moisture in the air. So obviously that means the storms that are currently hitting the Iberian Peninsula will be more intense as our climate warms. However, that is something that we know, something we can predict. The big questions have been asked about what was done about it, and it seems like not much was done about it. It seems like people weren't warned, people weren't evacuated in time, and so for a country as worthy as Spain to be hit so devastatingly is a stark reminder to Europe about what the future might hold if we do not prepare accordingly for our changing climate.